All right. So, what's your take the decline and the refusal of use of the Eagle Square?
Well, I think the Kwankwaso campaign organization yesterday issued a statement, and what they say yesterday is actually, what I want to say today. That's my take. What happened yesterday was a manifestation of another dimension to the intolerance of this government. Although it is very, very easy for them to also excuse themselves from this whole shenanigans, but I can tell you there are evidences that the government was behind the whole thing. Because it's easy for them to say the Eagle Square and the ICC are not managed by government. It's being managed by a private, sector operator. But we know that the private sector operator, which is out to make money and haven't received money, will not, at the 11th hour, turn back to say, we are no longer interested in this money, so don't use our facility.
Why is it like that? Is it that it is a new phenomenon, or it has never happened in previous governments, or what?
I think from what I've read from the grapevines is that they give reasons that holding such declaration today will actually affect traffic flow, being a working day, and there are precedents. A lot of events, political and otherwise, have actually taken place in that venue on working days, and nobody has raised eyebrow until yesterday. So it shows, the height of intolerance on the part of President Muhammadu Buhari's government.
Yeah, but then if the government says that you cannot use the Eagle Square for such an event, they provided an alternative for him, though.
Government?
The other venue that he chose, they can't stop it.
Eagle Square,
They are now to Chida.
ICC, Old Parade Ground, all were denied. Chida is a private hotel. And you should know that this aspirant must have been caused a lot of inconveniences. There are people that will be traveling from all the nooks and crannies of this country to Abuja today. And suddenly, they just heard about the change of plan. So a lot of things will be affected. But I think the course of this debate should be, why are we having this? Or why is this happening? And is it necessary? And I can tell you, it's not necessary. But it's typical of any politician in power. And it's made me to also, take me back to the golden words of former President Goodluck Jonathan, who also said that, I don't know whether to say he said or he prophesied that he will be remembered by the time he's out of office. And as of today, people are talking about the tolerance, the legendary tolerance of former President Goodluck Jonathan compared to what is happening today.
The legendary tolerance
Yes.
of Goodluck Jonathan,
Yes.
To a large extent, determined the outcome of what befell him.
No. Being tolerant does not mean you should win election by crook means. He is a tolerant person, he's a gentleman, that is on one hand, and the electoral process on the other hand is a different thing. For people blaming him, not to have used power to also score through the elections are unfair to him and unfair to the security of life and properties in this nation. So these are two different things.
But this is a one-off situation. This government is not particularly known for being intolerant.
No.
I can't remember. Hold on. I can't remember any other issue where
Like
this
this?
government. Yeah, like this.
Okay.
This is one-off. So why should we, in the media, jump to a conclusion that the government is intolerant?
The media is not jumping to conclusion, maybe personal opinion, my opinion too, that the government is intolerant. But let me tell you that this is not one-off, incident.
Okay.
There is a trend. A few months ago in Kaduna,
Yeah.
a house belonging to a senator who have, political disagreement with the governor was demolished overnight.
An APC governor.
An APC governor. That house was demolished overnight on the flimsy reasons that tenement rates or development, whatever rates, were not paid. And that house was there 10 years earlier, or more than 10 years earlier. Nothing was done. As we speak, the demolition is the subject of litigation before a competent court of law. But the Kaduna State Governor has commenced, building of a park, children park on that land. And the demolition is the subject of a litigation. Nothing has happened. Nobody's talking about it. Just recently, and that was the most dramatic, the most bizarre in Oyo State. The popular music house, housing Yinka Efele's music studio and a private FM station, Fresh FM, was demolished. And you look at the reasons. What were the reasons? The building contravened building code of the state. And a lot of people were divided. This building has been there 10 years before now. What happened? Why are you just realizing that now? And we also learned, and from what you have seen, we saw audio, we saw video of the governor also previously on the same radio station saying, see, my political supporter had asked me to also demolish this station because you are not on our side. But I thought otherwise, that no, it's not necessary. Let's be friendly. If you are not on our side today, tomorrow I believe you'll be on our side. A few days later, there was a reconciliation meeting where the Alaafin of Oyo was also, part. And what were the reasons given? The governor told the people, the radio station people, that if they had begged him earlier, he would have spared the building. Look at what governors has been reduced to.
If they had
begged him earlier, he would have spared that building. And the final resolution? The Oyo State government will sponsor the rebuilding of that property. So why demolishing it in the first place? Look at what governance has been reduced to under APC change government. So all these examples are classical, examples of height of intolerance in this government. And President Muhammadu Buhari, who is the leader of the APC, and the President of the Federal Republic, is keeping mum. So when we see them now happening from state to the center in Abuja, we should know where the handwriting is.
Where are we?
Well, he said before he leaves, people will be praising him.
That was Jonathan.
Yes, but now people are actually praising him after he had left. He had left, yes. So, and that is the beauty of democracy. People have their choice to make, but after making such choice, there are consequences, whether positive or negative. I can tell you, not a few Nigerians now are actually regretting their choice in 2015 because they have seen the difference. But that's not to say one is good or one is bad. But the judgment is relative. It depends on which side of the divide are you.
Yeah, come to think of it, many of the people that are trying to make us believe that this government has not done enough for Nigerians are themselves tainted. These are people that are, swimming in the pool of corruption, swimming in the pool of different accusations and court cases for looting here and there over the years. And these same people are standing up to say, look, guys, this government is not performing because they are not allowed access to the till. And that's the defense of the government. Is that not true?
That's why I use the word relative, or it depends on which part of the divide are you. People who are criticizing this government are not completely, unclean.
Are not standing on high moral ground.
Yes, not all of them. And people praising the government too are not completely clean. So it depends on which side of the divide are you. But that does not say you should call a spade a farm implement when you're supposed to actually say the truth.
It's a laborer's instrument. Now, Bode, out of all the high criticisms and all that has greeted this government on here, there, Kwankwaso, if we're taking Kwankwaso on his face value, does he constitute any significant threat to this government that they would have to stop him from using the Eagle Square?
Sure.
How?
From the information I have at my disposal, people who actually plotted the denial yesterday were, people close to the president, Muhammadu Buhari. Most of these things that are happening are not actually being sanctioned by the president himself, but supporters, overzealous, courtiers around him are the one, plotting it to make sure or to actually show their loyalty to him, to show the public that they love the president. Now they felt uncomfortable, or they are feeling uncomfortable with the possibility of a large crowd of people thronging to Eagle Square for the declaration of the presidential bid of Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso also has a cult-like followership It may not be up to that of President Muhammadu Buhari, but you cannot deny the fact that he also has a cult-like followership in the northern part of this country, and even in some part of this country, beside the northern part of this country, members who belong to what he now called Kwankwaso, and Kwankwaso is now a political movement spreading across the length and breadth of this country, and Kwankwaso is the leader, so he also has a large followership, and I believe the people who plotted this couldn't actually comprehend or couldn't contemplate a large crowd of people at the center, at the heart of Abuja, close to Aso Rock, chanting, say Kwankwaso, and the picture will go viral. Probably that's why they actually plotted the denial.
Yeah, but if we say Kwankwaso is a large political movement, why don't they just register as a political party?
Well, if they register as a political party, it may be a problem. Because AD once suffers that. AD was a regional party because people believe
Alliance for Democracy.
Alliance for Democracy, then people believe it belonged to the Yorubas. So by the time Kwankwaso movement registers as a political party, it will also send the wrong signal to people in the southern part of the country that is a northern establishment or a northern political party. But a politician who knows his onion and who is worth his salt, we want to make reapproachment and reach out to other parts of the country without actually appealing to sectional sensibilities. It can actually become a national figure without appealing to sectional sensibilities. So without registering Kwankwaso movement as a party, it can still achieve its aspiration on a broader platform like the PDP. So I think that is why he belongs to a political party, but not registering Kwankwaso as a political party, because it will reduce his...
yeah, but check this out. Other political office holders, presidential aspirants, have in their own way declared their intention to vie for the presidency. Atiku has done his own, Jang has done his own, Lamido has done his own, Lamido has done his own. All of that was not with the use of the Eagle Square or a large venue, such as what Kwankwaso is willing to do. Don't you think that it is somehow malicious that he chooses to use the Eagle Square for just a declaration when he could do that in a hotel ballroom?
Hotel boardroom and just a declaration.
Just a declaration.
Thousands of people are expected. With hotel boardroom or conference will contain thousands of supporters.
Yeah, hold on. Let's take a little break, then we'll return with your response to that.
That is at the mercy of any sitting president.
Yeah,
it's a prerogative of any sitting president.
It's at his discretion, though.
Yes, and it does not amount to...
But then there are clear cases of intolerance to criticism by the then government too.
The issue of former governor of Central Bank, now the Emir of Kano, you don't have the details. You also cannot cite that one. But let me say something. We should not continue to dwell on this example. Do you know what?
What was it purported to be then?
Well, I don't have the information too. But assuming it's even a case of intolerance, we don't need to dwell on these examples. You know why? We have gone past this. We've moved on. And that's why people voted for change. And all the examples you cited that happened in the past, all of them, similar cases have happened under the change government. So where is the change? Why should we dwell in our past? We've moved on. We've gone past all these things. And that's why people decided that, okay, Jonathan should go, new government should come in under the mantra of change. So where is the change? If all those things that happened under Jonathan are still repeating themselves now with dangerous dimensions, where is the change? That's my position. There is no generalization here. It's just a statement of fact. Integrated Facility Management Services Limited is a profit-making organization, and the managers of ICC and the Eagle Square in Abuja for profit-making. And they will remit to government. They will also take their own share of the money. So where would they, 24 hours to an occasion, that they have taken money for over 2 million naira, businessmen, and they will turn around to say, you can't use this facility again, take your money back? Does it make sense that a businessman will return money for nothing? So Michael should understand that this is a political season, and it has happened before, and we knew the reason why it happened, and now it's happening again. So therefore, we can easily situate where the reason is.
Oh, no, it doesn't
What
matter.
was Abuja Integrated Facility Management thinking when they accepted the money, when they granted approval for today, for August 29. What were they thinking? Didn't they know that it is a working day? That is one. In their response, in their 11th hour refusal, did they also advise as businessmen that though you have paid, but we are advising that today will not be convenient. We have just realized that today will not be convenient. We are suggesting that you take it to a non-working day, which is Saturday. Did they do that? No. Why are people not seeing the handwriting on the wall? This is very, very clear. This is very, very clear.
But then we have just 5 minutes to go. Please, can you throw more light on your position?
Yeah, I think this debate, we should have by this time gone past this. People, I'm alarmed, and surprised that people will question somebody's choice of a place for a declaration, and somebody described it as a just declaration for the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Somebody is seeking to lead you, and you are calling his attempt as just. You understand? Declaration is a place where he will tell you why he want to vie for the office, the highest office in the land, and why he want to serve you. In fact, that is more reason why you should even grant him opportunity and to also listen to him to see whether he is qualified or not in the first place.
Yeah, but somebody to say it is just a declaration just indicate that there is remote resentment on the declaration.
It's unnecessary and uncalled for. Why should you describe somebody's aspiration as just? In fact, you are violating his right to legitimate aspiration. And everybody, you and I, have our legitimate aspirations. And all environment, all enabling environment must be provided for us to realize them. And the denial of Kwankwaso Eagle Square to declare is denying him one of the enabling environment to realize his aspiration. Though there are options for him, he has chosen to go to Chida Hotel to do that. Life goes on, life continues, but this is unnecessary. And government should show high level of tolerance to actually signifies that we are in a change era.
Thank you very much, Bode. There's a message here that says, Bode, you are the best. We are enjoying your analysis. It came from Cornelius from Kefi. And then more messages here say, intolerance is synonymous with APC from the local, state, and federal government. The APC government in Imo State inflicted suffering to the people in the state by demolishing many markets in the state. These are people who criticize him. Harvard Center from Kaushi. And this other one says, Dear Martin, your guess is not being fair. He said, why the concessionaire did not choose weekend was he there when they were negotiating? Kwankwaso should choose elsewhere. Abdul Hamid from Pape sent that message. Don't laugh at my listeners, man. The APC is known for its political intolerance. It is opposed to criticism. Once you criticize the government, you become its enemy. This one came from Ogenemano Austin from Ado. Well, thank you very much Bode for finding time to come to our studio. At this point, we're drawing the curtain. It's been nice talking to you and having this conversation on Kwankwaso's declaration.
It's my pleasure to be here.
We wish Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso a happy declaration, and we wish him very well in his political endeavor.
That's a nice thing to do.
Yeah,
that's wish somebody well. Yeah, not hindering the person from achieving his legitimate aspirations.